Welcome. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the LeSure Dupre podcast. Today is a special day because today we have a lot to talk about as far as the movement, the civil rights movement, and where we are today. I would like to dedicate this show to Breonna Taylor's family and the memory of Breonna Taylor because this is so important right now that we discuss what's going on. I'm not going to do a makeup demonstration today because I feel this is so much needed to be heard, what we need to do, how we need to conduct ourselves, and the progress that we have made or haven't made. So it's so much need to be discussed today. I'm a part of the civil rights movement, as I'm sure most of you know. I was a part of the movement during the 60s. So I walked with Dr. King, and I was very much involved with the civil rights movement, as I had already spoken before on the show. But right now, it disturbs me to see where we are today. It's just so disturbing to me. So I have a clip of some of the movement that part of the movement, showing some of the things that we had gone through during that time. And I'm just trying to figure out, did we come forward or did we go backwards? Are we standing still, or what's going on with us? I'm 76 years old, so I was a teenager at the time of the movement in the 60s. And now here we are, 2020, and it's just so disturbing to my spirit. So I just like to show you a little clip of an interview that I did at my church, and I would like to discuss and talk to you about what's going on with us today.
Well, ain't gonna let nobody turn me around, turn me around, turn me around, turn me around, turn me around. Ain't gonna let nobody turn me around. I'm gonna keep on walking, just to keep on talking, just to marching up to freedom. Well, ain't gonna let racism turn me around, turn me around, turn me around, turn me around.
I was 19 years old when the civil rights movement came to Birmingham. I marched with Dr. King. I went to jail with Dr. King. I was there when he wrote the letter from the Birmingham jail. Every day, I would go over to the 16th Street Baptist Church, and this is where we would gather and organize. And as we would march downtown, the crowds would be on both sides of the streets. The white people would be over there throwing bottles and cursing at us and sometimes spitting and just whatever. It was horrible. But we had to take it. We just had to walk and sing and pray. But as soon as we get into the area of Kelly Ingram Park, they would let the dogs loose, the hoses and everything. The firemen would trail us, the police would trail us. We would run running behind trees, behind cars, and into different businesses to just save ourselves from being torn with the water. Some kids would fall, they would put the hose on them and the body would just turn like paper hidden up against the sidewalk. I was standing there and the police put his dog on me and I couldn't move. I just froze because I didn't know if the dog was going to bite me if I moved the right or the left. I just didn't know, so I stayed there. A black man came from nowhere, took his knife, and he was just stabbing. The policemen ran from everywhere. They beat the man and took him away. But things like that happen every day. And it was a horrible situation. They had no respect for us. That's why I had to get involved. It was the young people between the ages of 9 and 25 that was arrested. But we brought segregation to his knees. We can now vote without being threatened or even killed. In 2009, I was given a pardon from the city of Birmingham. And in 2013, I was given a Medal of Freedom from the NAACP Atlanta branch. I also received a resolution from the city of Birmingham in 2013. It is important that our children know the struggle that we went through so that their generation brighter tomorrow. Am I ready now? Okay, let me know. Okay, now we're back. I just wanted to show you this to let you know what we had gone through and just a little bit about the struggle. And today it disturbs me because it seems as if we're taking a step backwards instead of a step forward. Even though I know it's not so, I know we have made some progress. But for things to be going on the way that they are going on right now today is just quite disturbing because we paid a heavy price, and we have been paying a heavy price since we came here 400 years ago. And it just seemed as if the more we tried to get along and be humble and humble and kind and loving, it's like we keep getting kicked down, beat down, and disrespected. We've been oppressed, depressed, and suppressed, and it's just time for that to be over with right now. The verdict about Breonna Taylor, it was just so disturbing to me that the injustice that they did to this young lady. How do you justify killing someone when they're in their bed, sleep, and you break into their house and you murder them, and no one is paying a price for this, no one is being arrested for this? But then, because a bullet went into the neighbor's house next door, that's where you're going to justify the bullets that's going into this girl, that went into this girl's body, 5 or 6 of them. Who's going to pay for that? Where is the justice in that? Why can't you admit that, okay, we made a mistake, this is wrong, let's fix this? But we need our police officers. I'm not kicking against police officers because I have members of my family in the law enforcement, and my brother was one of the first black police officers in the city of Fairfield in Birmingham. And so I have nothing against police officers. But it's the bad apples that I have a big issue with, because everybody is not for our good. And the police officers today, the bad ones, the Ku Klux Klans in another outfit. They're not wearing the white outfit with the tall hat, whatever you call that hat, the cone hat. But they're in the blue uniforms with guns. And they have the right to shoot us with no repercussions or no being punished. And they know this. And they say this. Or go out and just, what they man say, take care of the troops, or be a warrior. Be a warrior. That's the word he used, because he knows nothing is going to happen. Go out there and shoot them down. That's what we're supposed to do. So again, they're not lynching us like they did back in the day. But they still lynching us with guns, with bullets. And what are we going to do about it? What are we going to do about this injustice? We have laws for white people, and we have laws for black people. And it's just injustice. It's an injustice law that we have. We have no rights as far as being protected. The police is there to protect us, so we think. But we have a bunch of the bad apples out there that's out to destroy us, to kill us. And that's just the way it is. So what are we going to do about it? What are we going to do about it? We cannot keep sitting back and looking at this and watching this. And we're not out here just really so angry that we could just, ooh. I don't want to create violence. I don't want to preach violence. But this thing just makes me so angry that we keep taking it and we keep doing it and we keep looking for justice, and there's no justice. It's just a slap in the face every time we turn the corner. It's something else, and then others getting off. It's something else, and then they're getting off again. How long is this going to continue? See, we have to come on and make new laws that these people just cannot shoot us down in the street and get away with it like they've been doing. We, the black people, got to come together and decide we're not going to take this anymore. Something has to be changed, and it's got to be changed now. Okay? We can get out here and vote. That's another thing that we got to do. We got to get together, and we got to come out in mass numbers like never before and vote. Because if we don't vote the way this thing is going now, we're going to be sorry if we let this president that we have now win this election or steal this election, because this is what's getting ready to happen. He's getting ready to steal it. He already said that. So it's in your face. He said it. One of the reporters asked him yesterday, are you going to pass the torch peacefully? He didn't, those weren't the exact words, but that's what he implied. Your president saying it's not going to be a transferring, it's going to be a continuation. Because the balance don't count. He said it's already a fraud. He'd already made up in his mind that those balance, the mail-in balance, are not going to be caught, are not going to be counted. So now here we are at the crossroads. What are we going to do? We're going to come out in mass numbers and let them know that black people still have power and we can make or break this. But if we go and sit down and do nothing and put our head in the sand like it's not happening, then God forbid what's going to come, what's coming your way. Because this man already been trying to get martial law up in here, and he keep pushing it. And he keeps pushing so that he can dictate the way we live. And this is what he wants. He wants a dictatorship. So black people, wake up. I call you the sleeping giants because you are the sleeping giants. And we have been sleeping too long. It is now time to wake up and take your torch and come on out here and do what needs to be done to make your life better for the next generation. We got to change this. We can't sit and wait on no one else. We as black people got to come out and vote and organize and get with groups that's already organized to make this a better planet for us all. We cannot afford to sit back and do nothing, okay? Because something bad is in the pipeline and we got to flesh it out, you see, because we as black people, we have sat around too long and just been cool or passive and just accepting things. Some of us have been out there on the line fighting. It's a lot of us out there fighting, but we need more than just a few. We need all of us to come out in mass numbers like never before and vote and come together and start organizing ourselves. Because I keep saying, we as black people keep looking for this white man to do for us, and he has shown us he's not going to do it. If you didn't get the message when Katrina hit down in New Orleans, and did you see what happened and how they felt about us? If you didn't see it then I feel sorry for you. Right there was a message. You got to take care of your own. So we need to come together, pool our resources. $1 million, if we can get 1 million people to pay $5 a month in a united fund that we can set up, and we can train our homeless people how to do plumbing, electrical, drywall, cement, whatever it takes to put a building together or refurbish a building. And we can get contractors to train our homeless people. And then we can put these people in different positions that they can go out and be productive, and we can give them a place to stay. And we can have our own banks, our own school, credit unions, hospitals, whatever it is that we need to keep ourselves going. And we can start there, and then we can grow. But this I, my, me, my, selfish, that's not going to get us anywhere. We got to come together. We got to start loving on each other. We got to stop being selfish and start with this backbiting, selfish thing that we have going on. Because that's not going to get us anywhere. And the more we do that, the more we get selfish, the more ammunition and the more plot this man can do on us. You see, but when we come together and we united as one, he can't stop us. But if you're on an individual, I, my, me, my, then you're not going anywhere. You ain't going nowhere. You got to come together. There is power in numbers. And we have power. We have numbers. Let's use it. And stop all this craziness. Let's stop being selfish and start loving. And start coming together. Put our own programs together. What we want to see our next generation with and what we want to leave to them. I'm 76 years old, so my days are numbered. But we have babies born every day. What's going to happen to them if we don't do something now? And we see the way the world is right now, and it's getting worse. Because this man we have now as a president, our democracy is going down the tube. He has no respect. He has no moral. He has nothing good about him except for division and destroying and making himself rich, rich, rich in his family. He has more money now than he could ever spend. And he has gotten millions, billions of dollars since he's been in the White House. You see, so we got to come together and see what's going on. The rich is getting richer, the poor is getting poor. And the blacks, they trying to wipe us out. Because ain't no way in the world we should have more black young men in the jailhouse, in prison, than we have in college. Ain't no way in the world we should have allowed these illegal jail sentences to go to our young men. But this is another plot of the white man. As long as we keep our black men locked up or killing each other, then the less black children we will have. So this is what they're doing. All the black men, most of the black men, a lot of the black men a certain age, they want you in jail or they want you dead. Because if they keep you in those two places, ain't no way you can keep multiplying black children. And this is what they want. So we need to come together and start learning and listening and seeing what, keep your eyes open, ears open, because something is getting ready to go down. You see, so you need to be prepared. You need to get your family prepared. And we need to come together and see what are we going to do, because life as we know it has changed. And it would never be the same again. So what we got to do is change with it. and start thinking of how we can take care of each other. Because I guarantee you, other races of people got their act together. They take care of theirs. It's us that is so divided. And that's because of the slave mentality that we have. Some people are still trying to satisfy the white man to get points, you see, and forget about their brothers, you see. So we have a lot of that. It burns me up to see these Uncle Tom black folks standing up there saying something good about Donald Trump. How you can say anything good about him, knowing who he is and what he is all about, and he don't like you, period. You see, he want to see you wiped off the face of the earth. You see, less black people for him, the better he is, better off he is. So I don't want to push any violence or anything, and I'm not pushing that, but I'm pushing you, get up off of your behind and start coming together to make this a better place for the next generation, for yourself, for your children and your grandchildren, and the generations to come. And the only way we're going to do that is we start working together as one and stop looking for this man to do this and give us that, and he ain't doing this, and he ain't going to do it. If you think you're going to be equal to him, forget it. America was built for them and not for us. And why you think he wants to keep saying, what is his plot? His plot is make America good again. When was it good for us? Okay? Making it good for who again? And what do that mean? Think about that. Making it good again? Okay, that means go back to slavery and work for them and be their slave. That's good for them. That's America being good again. But in this day and time, it's we've gone too far to go backwards. But this is what he wants us to do. He wants us to go backwards. But we got to fight this thing. And we got to come together. And we got to work together. And we got to make this a better place for our children. And God knows we got to do something about our police department. Because, it should be a better way of hiring decent police officers. Because there should be a background check. And if you've been fired from one police department, you can't be hired by another one. And if you got a record of being prejudiced or against black people or any people, then you shouldn't be on the department. You shouldn't be a part of the department. There should be a way of finding out how to get better police officers and give them some kind of test to find out if they have mental problems, because I feel some of them have mental problems. Because to shoot people down and to do the things that these people are doing and have no feeling, no heart, is something wrong with you, you see. And so we just got to come together. We just got to work to make this a better world for all of us, because I'm just really upset with what's going on now. Because we have gone through all of this. We've worked with the movement, and we've gone to NAACP and SCLC and all these different organizations, and we still look at us. Look at us. You know, Dr. King has come through here and lived and did and marched and brought us to a certain point, and you know, we had all these civil rights movements, Fred Shuttlesworth and Andy Young and AD and Bevis and just so many of the people from the movement. And look at where we are today. Look at where we are today. It's just shameful for us to be right here, right now. It's just, and then to see how our black people are just getting shot down in the street, and then the policeman gets off, and they laughing and carrying on like, go out and get them, because ain't nothing gonna be done, because the law is for the police officer, you know, and then they ain't thinking about us, you know, because they know they're gonna get off, you know, because there's so many other ways that you can arrest a person without killing them. You got so many different ways that you can arrest them, taser and all kind of stuff you can use. But just to go and and then, oh my God, to shoot a person in the back as they're running, like Rashad. I mean, come on now. How are you going to justify that? You see, how are you going to justify that? It's just so much going on in this world today. It's just disturbing to my soul. And I just pray that we get it together because, as Dr. King said, either we're going to live together in harmony or we're going to perish as fools. And it just seems like right now what's going on is like they want us to perish as fools because they're not trying to do anything to make this a better place. And our president, he wants to divide us. He wants us to get out there and fight because that he can bring in his martial law. You see, and so we gotta do something about this. We gotta do something about this. So I'm just begging you to please get with your friends, get with your neighbors, get with homeless people and whoever you can get to bring this, make them aware of what's going on, and if they don't know how to vote. Show them how to vote, take them to where they need to go to sign up, and it's just a lot need to be done right now. And we just got to come together and make it happen. And I'm just so upset right now. I don't know how to explain what is going on in this world today. And I just feel so sorry for our people and just the Republican Party. I just, God forbid, I just don't understand how you can justify being behind this man, knowing who he is and how he is, and knowing that you're doing wrong. You knowing you're breaking all kind of laws and stuff, and yet and still you're doing it. And it's okay because your chief say, okay, do this, do that, and you just jump to it, do what he say, do, knowing that he's wrong. How can you, being a Republican, you have some kind of morals, have some kind of rights about yourself, have some kind of standards about yourself. If he tell you to jump in the fire, you're going to jump in the fire knowing that the fire is going to burn you up. Come on, have some kind of sense. This man is whacked and messed up, and yet and still you're going to be behind him? What is that all about? Right from wrong, and a lot of the things that is going on as far as black people are concerned is wrong. And yet and still you're going to go along with it? I don't understand that. So come on, let's get it together, because God made this place for all of us. And he made it for us to love one another. And this is supposed to be a peaceful, happy, loving world. And it's just getting darker and darker every day. And I don't understand why people can't see and understand that this is not God's way. And God has the last say on this. You might be able to thinking you're getting away with it, but you got something, your judgment day is coming. And whatever fruit you plant, that's what you're going to reap. So if you reap it, if you planting evil and ugly and nasty and low down and dirty, believe me, you're going to see that. And it's going to be worse than what you put out. So I'm just asking us and people, let's love on one another. Let's pray. And let's go back to, how families used to be. Back in the 60s and stuff, everybody was together. Everybody loved each other. Everybody helped out each other. If you had something, some meal, and somebody didn't have something, you shared things, If you grew this, because a lot of times people grew their own food and raised their own livestock. And so they were always sharing. That's why I grew up with that. Sharing food, it's like bartering. So you brought her here and you helped this one, that, and that it was just more of a loving atmosphere. We didn't have a lot, but what we had, we shared and we enjoyed, the life. We enjoyed it. Nobody was under a lot of pressure, even though we was oppressed and didn't have what the white man had, but we didn't pay that no attention. We were just surviving and being happy in our own little area. But then here it is. Look at us now. We got much more than what we had when black people used to have their own business and stuff. And then during the movement, when the civil rights movement came, then our money wasn't good enough for them at that one time. Our money wasn't good enough for the white man. But then after the movement, they saw the money was green. So so they welcome us, and then our family and our businesses in our area, it folded because we were going to the white man. And that's where we made a big mistake, because we were self-sufficient. In our community, we had the black post office, the cleaners, the restaurants, whatever you needed was in your neighborhood. And we survived. And that's what that's how we lived. And we were happy. And then the civil rights movement came, and so things changed, which was good. Now we can go to different places that we had not been able to go to, restaurants and better schools and neighborhoods, and just live like others lived. And so now we start changing, because now it's like, I got more than you, I'm better than you because I live here and I'm making this money, I'm on this job, and so I'm doing better. So now you start looking down at people who have less than you, like the white man look at you. So now you up here thinking you have made it, and now you got somebody you can look down your nose at. And so now you feel like you somebody, more than your neighbor. And that's where the mistake came in. And that's where we start getting selfish and start, looking down at each other. And that's where we lost ground, because now here it is. We're at the mercy of the white man. We have nothing. We have no hospital. We have no hotels. We have no schools. We have nothing, when we should have everything. If we come together, pool our resources, and work together, love together, and make our children proud of us. See, our kids are messed up because of us, because they don't see us with anything. As long as we've been here in this United States, even though we have been suppressed and oppressed, we still could be better off than where we are today. And a lot of times we have done that, like in Oklahoma, Black Wall Street, and so many others. When white man see us coming together, getting it together, then he wants to destroy us, because he see the power that we have. And he know he give us a little power, we're going to exceed. And so he's putting his foot on our neck, trying to keep his foot on our neck, but that can only last so long. Okay, your time is up. Your power is up. Time has changed. So now give it up, white man, because here we are, and we're here to stay. And we're going to fight to keep it. We can't let our freedom go like that. We got to do whatever it takes. So we got to go into prayer and just pray and see what it is we want and change this place where we are today. Because right now what's going on today is not working. And God forbid our children in the next generation to come along. If we don't change this, then they have no future. They have no future. So right now is the time to come together and build this United States of America the way God had intended for it to be. And that's for every man to enjoy what this country is all about and what it has. So wake up, sleeping giants. Wake up, because we can do so much more than what we're doing, and so much better than what we're doing. We just need to come together and work together, love together, and do whatever it takes for our children, because this is crucial right now. And if this man get back in office, Lord have mercy on all of us, because he wants to be a dictator. And once he get in there, he's not going to get out. So watch it. Don't sleep on this. Right now you can do something about it by voting. And if we come out in mass numbers, ain't no way he can say, oh, it's a fraud or this happened and then don't count the ballots and all of this stuff. If you come out in mass numbers, he can't do nothing but go sit down in jail or wherever you're going to be. But you got to get out of here. So help us, black people. Come on, let's work together. And let's get out here and vote. Don't take no for an answer from any of your family members and friends and stuff. Don't take no for an answer. Let them know how important it is. And we need to just clean house as far as the Senate and the Congress, all of them, all the Republicans who have been sticking by this man all these 4 years. It's time for them to go, because right now we know who they are and we know what they're all about, and they're not for us. So right now, cast your ballot, get rid of all of these Trump people. All of them got to go. So let's work on that, and let's do what we need to do to make this a better place for our children, for their future. Please, let's do that. And I pray God will have mercy on all of us, because if this man gets up in here, But again, too, I have to realize that God knows all and he's doing all. But he did give us a mind to think and to do and to move. We just can't sit back and say, God gonna take care of it, even though he is. But we have to do some leg work too, because he did give us a mind. And we know what's right and what's wrong, and we cannot just sit back and just let this man keep doing what he's doing and getting away with it, and everybody act like they scared of him. I don't know what power he has over their head, but they are scared of this man. So I don't know, but I ain't scared of him. You see, I'm not scared of him. So, but we got to come together and make some rules and just say we're going to do this, we're going to do that, and get with groups who are already in office or who are already organized, like the Black Lives Matter and other groups that is organized. We got to get with them and let's do something. Because, yeah, Black Lives Matter, but not with, just don't seem like it matter with Breonna. Justice, no justice. No justice. So, I mean, we can't, how long are we going to do this? How long are we going to keep getting slapped in the face like this? You see, this is so disturbing, and so if we keep letting them get away with it, it's just going to keep going. So we got to stop this. We got to stop it. You see, so I pray that God would intervene, and I pray that we would come together and show up in mass numbers at the voting booth, because this is where we can show power. This is where we can show our power, is at that voting booth. So please get out and vote. I don't care how you feel about Joe Biden or whatever, but it's either Joe Biden or Donald Trump. So which one? You see, we already know what Donald Trump is all about. So if you want another 4 years of that, and even worse, then hey, you go vote for him. Or don't vote. And see what happens. And see what happens. But I just pray that God would have mercy on all of us if we don't get out and vote. God would have mercy upon us, because we in for a rude awakening. You see, and so, I mean, we have had enough. We have had enough of seeing our black men and women shot down in the streets or in their homes or wherever, and nobody is held responsible. It's just time up for that. It's time up. And all this hatred that is going on, it's time up. It's time up. So let's do better, and let's do what we need to do to change this situation, this injustice that we are in today. Let us do something. If we have to go back and just stay in the streets and tell them we're not going to stop until things change, new rules, new laws, and new ways of doing things. We got to change this, and we're not going to take no for an answer. This got to be fixed. It's got to be broken down and rebuilt again because it's broken. It's broken. We need to start all over again, you see, because this man, our democracy as we know it, will be destroyed because he has no respect for the Constitution or nothing. He make up his rules as he go. It's what Donald Trump wants. That's what it's going to be. And you know how you feel about us. So I just pray that you would go and show up at the poll and get with different groups that are already organized and see what part you can play in volunteering. Whatever needs to be done, let's get out there and do it. And show the world we count. We are somebody. We have power. And let us show you our power. And let us come together and build for our people, for our generation, for our new children that's coming along. Let's leave a legacy for them. Let's build something that they can be proud of us instead of shaking their head and looking down and not respecting us because we don't show them. We don't have anything to show them all the years we've been here. We have nothing to leave to them. Nothing. So let's stop it right now and come together and build something for our next generation. And that's what I have to say. And I thank you, and I pray that God would have mercy on us all if we don't do what we're supposed to do. And I just wish all of you guys well, and I hope to see you next week. And I'm just, my soul is disturbed, and I'm just praying that God would give me strength, because we need strength. I need strength, because I don't understand why people can't love and be happy. I just can't understand that. So God have mercy and help me to understand. But until then, I would like to say, thank you for showing up, and I do appreciate you tuning in. This is my third podcast, and I've enjoyed it. And I'm just sorry today is one of those days that I just didn't feel up to doing makeup demonstration today, because Breonna Taylor's verdict just disturbed me so much. I could not believe how you cannot give this girl justice. She's gone. She's dead. And these men are sitting up there smiling like they knew nothing was going to be done. And it's just so disturbing to my soul. So, but anyway, you guys take care. God bless. And I appreciate you tuning in. And next week, it's going to be better. I'm going to have a demonstration going. And again, I'm going to talk to you about my book. I keep saying that, but I'm going to talk to you about my book. So, but anyway, you guys take care. Have a blessed weekend, and we'll see you Thursday of next week. God bless you. No peace, no justice.